Okay. Morning, everybody. Today is November 29th. This is the very last day of class for the semester, and projects due are at noon today, and we have our final on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Did somebody have a question? Okay, no worries. So what I'm going to do today is just kind of talk for a little bit about how the final is going to be laid out. And then I'll open the floor for any questions. Let me get my notes. I finished the final last night, so it's ready to go. Okay. I'm not sharing my screen because I'm reading the information about the final. That wouldn't make a lot of sense to share the screen. So, so basically, it's going to be, the final works very similar to how our midterm project worked. It's almost exactly the same. You will get a Revit file. It will be of a first floor, and then you will recreate the first floor per the exact requirements given to you in the written explanation. Those basically, you will draw the first floor. You need to make sure those dimensions are correct, and this is by using your temporary dimensions as we used before. You'll need to create walls, interior and exterior walls, as we've created them before per exact requirements, knowing how to change the function, the thickness, and the material. You'll need to know how to create materials. You're going to need to know how to create slabs and finished floors. You'll need to know how to add a second floor. You need to know how to add those second floors and the ceilings, and be able to cut out floors and add those staircases, add windows and doors, create your roof properly, following the correct slope, overhang, and adding fascia and gutters. Create a site properly by removing that site from the inside, and do renderings, section views. So pretty much it's a small encapsulation of pretty much everything we've done this semester so far. Question?
You're not sharing your screen with us.
Yeah, I'm not sharing my screen because I'm just reading the information right now.
Right, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That was a sneaky one. You're trying to get me to share the exam before I can. It's early, but just joking. Okay. Yeah, so just reading through what's going to be actually exactly on the final. And then it'll just be, creating that. It's not going to be as big a building as you have for your midterm or your final project. But it will pretty much encapsulate everything that needs to be done. And you'll need to create stairs too. I don't remember if I said that or not. So you'll have to create stairs and openings. But that's pretty much it. It's pretty thorough exam. It is worth 50% of your grade. It is worth 200 points. But it's very straightforward considering everything else that we've done this semester.
I have a question.
Okay, great. Any specific questions about that?
Yeah. So do we only have like a certain amount of time to do this?
Oh yeah, but you have 3 hours.
Okay.
I've never had anyone not finish within 3 hours. So we'll start at 9 o'clock and then we'll finish, and then the exam will end at noon. I will have my you'll have my cell phone available, so if you have any questions, you can text or call. Text is better because I do have a lot of other meetings going on at the same time, but if you need to talk, you can say call me when you can. So texts are available anytime. You can use your notes during this one. It is you can refer back to any notes that you've made during the semester. Any other questions about the exam? And also what I wanted you to do also is kind of take a look at that list of Revit, the Revit review page, and see if there's any issues that you had on that. Somebody had a question?
Yeah, we're gonna have a template to go by. You're gonna have a basic drawing for us to mimic.
Yeah, you're gonna get a floor plan and you're gonna get a list of information, exactly like a list of parameters, exactly how you're going to create the building.
Okay.
So you want to show us like a little example?
Your example is your final project.
I know, I was just joking.
Yeah, you'll get a floor plan, just a basic floor plan, and then if you look back at the information that was submitted for the midterm project, it'll look similar to that. Nothing new, everything that you've already gone over before. Just the most important thing, honestly, that you want to look at is when you lay out, get your dimensions correct, and then just go through each line and make sure you get everything done per line and check it off. Because what I do is when I go back and I grade it, that's exactly how I go back. I'd be like, okay, did they do this floor correctly? And I check your floor information. So
Well, we need like what is it? A topos.
you will need to create a site, yes.
Okay. I just
And
didn't
when
know
I
how to
do
say that
take a look
word.
at the site, I'll take a look at the elevations in the site if it's elevations are required, and I'll make sure that the site has been removed from the interior of the building.
Okay.
Because most people do the site and don't have any problem with that, but then they forget to remove the interior from the building. Any other questions?
No, just sorry I'm late. I'm sure I missed the whole thing.
Yeah, it was pretty short. Just information about the final, how it's going to work. You're going to get, I can post it. I'll post this online too. It's not a lot of information. You're going to get a floor plan, a Revit floor plan, and then you're going to get a list of instructions on how to create your house. And it goes over pretty much everything we did on this in the semester. Creating
Okay.
floors. It's laid out very similar how the midterm project was laid out.
And there's a list. It's on Canvas now. Isn't that sheet available on Canvas or?
Yes, the Revit sheet is the Revit reviews available on Canvas. Everything you need to know is on Canvas. And then the final will be live Wednesday at 9 a.m. So it is, you get extra 30 minutes and it runs from 9 to 12. So 3 hours. You
And
usually
what-
don't need the full 3 hours, but it is there for people that, you know, that need it or want to make sure everything's checked off.
So I'm looking on Canvas now. Where was that sheet? Where'd you post that again?
Okay, hold on. So if you go to files, fall 2021,
Yep.
and then all the way down to Revit review.
Ah,
And then if you open that up, that's pretty much everything that we did.
okay. Cool.
I have a question.
Yep.
So you know how for the final project that's due today, for the final that we're doing Wednesday, do we need to have those sheets like the G1 and the
You will be
G101 sheet and all that?
You will be required to do a couple of sheets, to create a couple of sheets, and then print the PDF, and you'll submit sheets and your Revit file to Canvas.
So do you want all the sheets in under one PDF file, or do you want them sent individually?
You can one is preferable, but if you do them separate, because some people have trouble with that.
I was just asking because, like, you know, sometimes it's a little rough when you have
time.
Windows.
Yeah, you can submit them separately. That's not a problem. If you have time, it can combine them. It's just easier for me to look at. But if you submit them separately, you're not going to get any points off for that either. So don't worry about that.
Also, second question for the final, is it one floor? Is it one floor, or like, are there multiple floors for this final exam?
You will be given a first floor plan, and you will need to create a second floor.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Any other questions, y'all? All right, if not, nice short class today. This also gives you the time to take a look at, finish up any kind of last minute bits you need to of your project before you turn that in at noon. But best thing for you to do is take a look at the Revit review, go through everything on here that you're familiar with. You can also, let me go back to midterm project. That's so much stuff on here. This is the information that we looked at that you needed for your midterm project. And this is very similar to what the information that you'll get for the final. Except there'll be more information on it than what we did for the second half of the semester. So very straightforward. Y'all have done this before. Sounds like a lot in 3 hours, but I don't think you're going to have an issue with it. Available for texts during the midterm. I'm not going to be online. I'm just going to, the Canvas is going to open up and the exam will be available at 9 a.m. And that's pretty much it. Any other questions? Any comments? Anybody need to go over anything else?
I'm sorry, yeah, quick question. So obviously we show up at 9. It's not like a Proctor U monitor thing, right? We just get the assignment, we turn it in by noon. Is that how that works?
Yep. Yeah, and the Canvas will open, we'll start the exam at 9 a.m. So if you try and log in at like 8:55, it's not going to be open and available. I've got it set to start right at 9 a.m., maybe a minute early or something like that. And then you've got until noon to finish it. And then it'll shut down at noon.
Okay.
And if for some reason somebody doesn't, you don't turn it in at noon, text me. But remember, when we're doing this exam, in order to, if it is late afternoon, then you do get a letter grade docked for that. It's just like turning in a project, turning in a bid. If you don't get the bid in on time, then you don't get the bid. So that's why I have it structured like that. So, but 3 hours, you should be good.
And then when we can wait till class is done, but I just had a question about the final assignment that I turned in.
I think a couple of people turned in some stuff already. And if you turned in stuff already for your final project, then you did get a grade on that. Let's talk one-on-one on that, Jonathan.
Yep, sounds good.
Off, and then if anybody else has any questions, shoot me a text, and we can talk one-on-one after class. So I'm just going to end class now, and if you need to talk to me, just shoot me a text. So thanks, everybody. I think it's been a great class, and if you ever need anything, just shoot me a text and let me know. But good luck on this project and on the final. And that's it. Take
Thank
care.
you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.